Hey y'all, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing your Lionsgate 1111 portal read. For those of you out there, this is a high manifestation day. Time to do your petitions and manifest what you want coming in. And to those veterans out there, thank you so very much. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service to our country. So today is the day to bring it in, people. Divine counterparts, this is the day for unions, communications, letting things in the relationship go, bringing in new energy into the relationship. So let's see what we get. Lobster, financial pinch. So if you find yourself in a financial pinch, today's the day to manifest, burn those money candles, write those petitions to the universe, get out your pyrite, put your coins in your money jars. Temporary situation. Okay. Loss. Defend yourself against something. Okay, some of you might be feeling tied down and frustrated as a result of all of these energies swirling around in these massive changes. Remember, you create your own reality, right? You're the one who creates the reality in your life. So if you're finding yourself low vibe today, you're finding yourself worried about the frustrations of money or what's going to happen, get yourself grounded and stop that process right now and start manifesting with I am instead of what if. So let's see what we got going on today. Money flows. Where my attention is, my manifestations come into me. Six of Coins, manifestation next to it. This is definitely twin flame read. There's going to be some transparency today between divine counterparts or between couples, perhaps, bringing in a new opportunity. And what brings in this new opportunity is this idea of equality, equally yoked, being on the same page, and also transparency about feelings or talking through situations is victory. Okay, I like this already. So let's see what we got going on for the masculine energies in our read. Okay, some truth needs to come out. Somebody prevented saying something, I think, because they were worried about the outcome. But we already know the outcome of the situation is victory, new opportunities by being transparent. So the masculine energy here may be having a hard time with fear, with ego, with pride, with root chakra energies and solar plexus energies of resentment, fears about the future. So this masculine energy is afraid to share something, I think, with the feminine because they fear that it will not result in the victory outcome, which we already know is here. And they also are in between, preventing themselves from giving this or not. Plans coming in. You may have been on a break. Some of you may have been on a break, but this energy here brings this transparency and these truths to the table. Let's see what's going on with the feminine. I think the feminine is a little bit concerned about a deception on the horizon. And feeling as though now we have King and Queen of Swords. We've got mirroring, equal yokeness. We've got a divine pair here or a couple. The lack of communication from the masculine is making the feminine feel as though there is a lie, that the masculine is hiding something from the feminine, that there is something here that she should be paying attention to because of the lack of communication with the counterpart. Now, a lot of you may be feeling lately as though you can't connect with your twin, or you haven't been receiving messages from your twin. And if that's the case, it's just a matter of clearing out, getting those chakras realigned, and getting still and quiet and clearing out. On the brain, she wonders, the feminine, is the masculine even thinking about me? You know, am I even on his mind? And a lot of times we find ourselves wondering if our counterparts feel the way that we feel, right? If they're experiencing the same things that we experience. And the simple answer to that is, of course, because you're psychically connected. And so the only reason that you don't know that it's the case is because you're not seeing things behind the scenes. You're not seeing what the masculine is encountering. You're not seeing the symbolisms and the synchronicities that the universe is bringing your masculine. You're not there feeling them, right? You're not there watching them experience emotion. Now, I stand corrected because you do feel them, but you're not there in their eye sockets, right? Seeing how they see, experiencing what they experience. So the feminine's kind of like, you know, this break here has caused a break in communication, and it's caused the feminine to doubt the connection because she's not receiving anything from her masculine energy and feels as though this lack of communication from the masculine is deceptive, like the masculine may have something to hide. So masculines out there, you know, if you feel like your feminine's feeling this way, then, you know, open up your mouth, communicate, text, call, message, whatever it is. Let's see what's going on between the two of you. The masculine could have been experiencing a loss of some kind, could have been experiencing issues with sickness, could be experiencing issues with being relocated. But they're definitely on a break from making plans. I think they've got too much on their plate. So where there was juggling at one point, there may not be juggling now. I think the issue here looks like to me that the masculine went in a different direction than what was hoped for. That the masculine went in a different direction, and he fed into his ego, and he fed into his depression, and he fed into these low vibe emotions over here. Feminine seems to me that, you know, she's kind of trying to come to the realization that the separation is starting to feel real. Like there may not be a happy ending here, right? And so the focus of the happy ending doesn't need to be in the physical union of the relationship. It needs to be in celebrating oneself and coming into balance with oneself. But there seems to be a point here in which she's trying not to let that get to her, but it may be getting there. What's going on between the masculine and the feminine? Okay, transparency is coming. 2 cards that indicate transparency. Working on transparency. Are you single? Are you not? It looks like feminine is trying to reconcile this separation, reconcile these feelings of lack of communication here, working on herself, working on her stability, working on her contentedness in her life. So this person here, this feminine energy is looking at things and saying, you know, I've got to stay grounded in the present moment. I cannot borrow trouble from the future because I'm not getting the validation that I'm seeking from my counterpart. So I'm going to work on me. Masculine looks like he's over here throwing himself into work as a distraction. A lot of times masculine energies will do that. They will use outward things and validators to distract themselves. So looks like that's what's happening here. Yep. trying to close down toxicity between the two of you. Each of you are. I think there's issue in the connection. More negative energies are being able to influence thought processes here between the twins. Why should I celebrate this relationship? Why should I even focus on this? Was this even real, or was this an illusion? Did I make it more than what I thought it was? And when you start having that, you've got to ground yourself. You've got to get into your inner work, and you've got to know what you know. This is a matter of trusting what the universe is bringing you and trusting your intuition. The both of you are still holding on to this relationship, but I think you're judging whether or not this is beneficial, whether it's fruitful, right? What is this bringing me? What is this doing for me? Focusing on the other party continuously. It's bringing me into a state of lack because I'm not focusing on myself. But let's see what this Four of Swords card is over here for the masculine. Lack of commitment, lack of stability between the two parties. Secrets coming out will cause a lack of stability between the parties. Burdens the masculine is carrying, being beaten up, looking away from the higher messages that are being brought to him. So you have a masculine here who's sort of turning his head away from the universe and saying, I'm ignoring my intuition. I'm going to be ignoring my inner validators. I'm going to be ignoring the signs and synchronicities that are being brought to me by the universe. Now let's see how the masculine is feeling about the feminine. So he's kind of in, he's a little bit in limbo about what this means, what it is, where to take it, how to deal with it, what do I do with it? Masculine's feeling trapped in the connection. Masculine is feeling trapped in the connection because he wants instant gratification here, right? Wanting instant gratification, wanting to rely on 3D validators as opposed to illusions. So this to me indicates that masculine is sort of in a mindset that he wants to rely on tangibility instead of faith, tangibility instead of understanding what the universe is bringing him in validation through synchronicities and signs. I'm going to look away from that, and I'm not open to this. I'm not open to all of these illusions that I've allowed myself to become a part of. Where there was communication before, there may not be. Where there isn't communication, there may be communication about somebody changing their ways. But this is about the difference between 3D and 5D thinking, right? So King of Wands is the 5D, putting the 5D down, right? 3D. This is 3D action, and this is spiritual action, spiritual communication. So the twins, these two people here, these two couples, whoever this applies to out there, and switch it if you need to, there's going to be incoming spiritual communication from the counterpart. There may not be a lot of physical communication between the counterpart. So it looks like higher self communication, dream communication, universal synchronicity communication. Let's try that again. How does the masculine feel about the feminine? Universe, show me what I need to see. New start, wanting a new start. Let's talk about a new start. But I'm afraid to talk because I'm ingrained in my ego with this Ace of Wands, and I'm ingrained in my pride. And I can't be going down looking like a chump like that. I'm too important in my own head. And so I cannot deal with rejection if the feminine energy gives me rejection, because there's been such a long period between physical communications that, what if she rejects me? What if the feminine energy rejects my conversation or my my efforts toward trying to break the ice. Well, what if she does? What if this feminine energy does? But let's talk about the effort that's being put into the communication, right? If you're just liking a random post every now and again and standing in the shadows lurking and not really communicating with your feminine energy, then you're not going to get the response that you need. Because even though you're divine counterparts and you're psychically connected, it doesn't mean that there can't be a bond of intimacy or a rapport built here. If you hadn't talked to your divine counterpart in 2 years and then all of a sudden they like a random picture, that's not exactly breaking the ice. I think considering the history here, maybe masculines consider a more direct approach, right? Consider a more direct approach. But basically, at the end of the day, this is about having the stones to make the communication. Facing your fear of rejection and validation from the other party. If they decide to reject the communication that you want to offer them, so be it. You made the effort and you did what you knew was right in your heart and your soul to do. If the feminine rejects the communication, she rejects it. But let me tell you something, if she does reject it immediately, you and I both know, and especially divine counterparts out there know, that it's going to be on her mind for a while, okay? And Spirit is going to be working on this feminine to open up her heart chakra and to get out of her ego and to be open and receptive to communication that the masculine may be bringing. Now, within reason, okay? We're working with reasonable standards here. We're not working with extremes, okay? And so Spirit's going to be working on this feminine energy in the meantime, okay? So that's how it works. All right, let's see what the masculine may be thinking about the feminine. What is the masculine thinking about the feminine? Manipulative in relationship. So, I think basically the masculine feels like the feminine's playing a game, right? The feminine's always playing a game. But understand, when someone is not leveled out, when they're not listening to Spirit, boundaries look like a game to somebody who's trying to manipulate the outcome of a situation, okay? So boundaries may look like to someone who isn't healed and who isn't doing their work like a game, like manipulation. Apologies needed in this situation. Give the apology. Settle these fears here. The masculine's thinking, you know what? I know I need to apologize to the feminine. I need to just come out and tell the feminine. We need to just come out and have a conversation. I need to just pour out to the feminine. That will relieve my anxiety in the situation. I'm holding on, even though it doesn't seem like this is going anywhere. Even though the feminine may be a little bit defensive toward my incoming communication, this shit's got to move. We got to get this energy moving between the counterparts. I think my deck's upside down, y'all, so y'all don't necessarily pay attention to the reversals. Masculine's going to be bringing in a little bit of energy toward the feminine, a little bit of remember wins. So it looks like the masculine energy is being a little bit sentimental toward the feminine here. Wanting to move forward. Making a decision, should we move forward or not? We need to regain balance in this situation. Let me tell you what, the end game for the masculine is to bring this union together, to make a happier time, to smooth over between the masculine and feminine. The masculine is seeking forgiveness from the feminine. So let's see what the masculine's intentions are with the feminine. So manifesting between counterparts today should be about open communication, forgiveness, erasing errors between the two of you. It should be about manifesting health and healing and progress. masculine toward the feminine? Universe. Let's see. Balance, of course. Healing. Let's give it another try. You want to? Let's have some courage. Maybe a fool's courage, okay? But courage nonetheless. Let's bring this relationship into balance. Let's you and me get back into balance with one another again. Let's bring healing here. Let's get healing between the two of us. And you know, you've got the star card here. You've got the yes card. So I believe the manifestations that the masculine is going to be bringing in are going to come to fruition. So feminines, be about the star card. Be about this manifestation from the universe. The star card is the twin flame card. So be about bringing the healing, bringing the balance in. Let's see what the masculine's actually going to do. Sometimes masculines get right to that line and then they run back, right? And trust me, it's not a criticism, it's an observation, because I'm a fucking track star, so I understand it well. What is the masculine going to do in regard to the feminine universe? What is the masculine going to do in regard to the feminine? I think the masculine's open, but I think the masculine is going to try to be a little bit slick, you know. They're going to try to minimize any blowback or betrayal or sadness or heartbreak or rejection. Basically, what this means to me is they're going to try to play it off, okay? If they make this communication or they come, you know, and break this silence between the two of you, which it looks like they're going to do, they may, if they encounter any conflict or any, you know, what's the word for it? You know, any kind of resistance, okay, from the feminine, they may try to play it off. Like, oh, I was trying to see how you're doing. I came across your blah, 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 and I just, thought I'd see how you were. Hope you're all right. Take care. They may try to minimize the resistance or their effort if they allow fear, okay, if they allow fear to run the show, okay? Let's see what the masculine is afraid to tell the feminine. They desire union. They desire to stabilize this relationship. They're in their head thinking about a life with the feminine over here, right? I think this means to me that they're thinking, we get wrapped up in all this spirituality, and that's really where we should stay 95% of the time, right? But we forget about what is everyday life going to look like with this person, right? If that's the experience that you have. Some of us aren't meant to have everyday life with our twin. But this masculine is in the mindset of, what is this going to look like in the 3D? Where is the stability here? Is there stability? What's the potential for us to actually be in relationship, active relationship? What does it look like? What does our life look like moving forward from this day? Okay. All right. That's what they're afraid to tell you. They're seriously considering that they want to enter into relationship, into everyday relationship with the feminine. Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Karmic is out of here. And a transformation and an offer is coming. Masculine has to have a little strength. He's got to battle himself a little bit here. Okay. Battling the ego a little bit is happiness. Feminine is happiness. Okay? So there you go, folks. Let's see how the feminine may be feeling, all right, about the masculine. Let's do that for a hot minute. Let's see how the feminine may be feeling about the masculine. How does the feminine feeling about the masculine universe? Okay, double, double. Double, double. Okay, look at you both are mirroring each other. You both want transformation in this relationship. You both want progress. You want the old ways to die to bring in the new. So ask yourself, is hanging on to what I'm hanging on to, okay, and is doing things the very same way that they've always been done between the two of us, is it working? Are you going anywhere? Is it bringing you closer to your own self? Is it bringing you closer to your healing? Or is it widening the divide between you and your counterpart? Is it widening the divide between you and yourself? Is it widening the divide between you and your goals in your healing and love itself and unconditional love? Is it widening the divide? So you both want this transformation, okay? You both want it. How is the feminine feeling about the masculine? We got two cards. Masculine was over here. You guys are mirroring each other like a mofo today. Masculine had this over here about feeling trapped, right? Trying to get out of feeling trapped. Feminine feels trapped by this connection too. Feminine feels trapped by the masculine. Masculine feels trapped by the feminine. And what I'm getting here is you each feel trapped in this connection because you're going about it the wrong way here. Healing. You're not healing. Neither one of you are healing from the experiences that you've brought to each other. Some of you may be feeling like, oh, you want to heal your masculine, you want to heal. Well, you can heal yourself, okay? And then maybe the masculine can draw off of that. And the masculine can heal himself, which the feminine can draw off of. But you really actually can't heal another person unless they want to be healed. You can transmute energy back to them, and you can tell them how to heal themselves. But you can't actually heal them. They've got to heal themselves. All you're doing is showing them the way, right? So you're both mirroring each other and feeling trapped in this connection because the stagnant energy is become the relationship. The stagnation in communication, the stagnation in progress, the stagnation in healing has become the relationship. Okay, well, that's not what this thing's about. This thing's about healing yourself and coming together in your mission so you can heal humanity. You can show humanity the way. But how are you going to show humanity the way if you're both over here like, he said, she said, like, no, I did it, he did it. He did this, I did that. She did this. It's never going to go anywhere if you stay in that mentality. How is the feminine feeling about the masculine? How is the feminine feeling about the masculine? Wish fulfillment, afraid of success, afraid to make a move, same thing as the masculine. Worried about rejection, self-indulgence. Self-indulgence can be reiterating a narrative that is talking about what a bastard your counterpart is, right? Feminine, masculine, wish fulfillment together. Feminine, masculine, seek change. Abundance in relationship. Feminine wants the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. The feminine wants communication from the masculine. She wants, for her fears to be dissipated with communication about the masculine. How does the masculine feel? She wants validation too, just like the masculine. But again, here's another card that's saying the same thing. Feminine is working on herself. Masculine may be throwing himself into work. Feminine's working on her coins too. Feminine's working on her life, her work, her spirituality, her contentedness. But remember, the masculine is in sort of an avoidance, right? By throwing himself into work as a distraction. The feminine is trying to stay grounded in present moment. Okay, you need to stay grounded in the present moment. What is it today? Feminine's been thinking about walking away. She may have other suitors. She may have other love interests. And you know, we always say, look, don't stop your life, okay? Don't stop your life. The minute you start working for yourself and healing yourself and raising your vibe and getting your life on track is the minute that masculine energy comes in. And it seems counterproductive, but the whole thing about it is the masculine's coming in because he is picking up on that vibe from the feminine, right? And you're getting in vibrational alignment with each other. She wants the masculine to come in with a romantic gesture. I mean, even though we try to be as hard as we can be, when we try to be like, oh, I'm too damn spiritual to have regular human emotions. I'm too spiritual. I'm too elevated. Everybody needs a hug. Everybody needs validation in, a comfort, in a comfort, right? Everyone needs to know how someone feels about them. So masculines, you want to motivate your feminine? Make that move. Come in with that gesture. Come in with that communication today. Let's see what the feminine is thinking about the masculine. She may be a little bit defensive about the masculine wanting to celebrate an idea of a new opportunity. She may be. But remember, Spirit is working on the feminine just as much as the masculine in eliminating ego and pride and fear. So you both have a root chakra that needs to get in alignment. When you are thinking about borrowing future fears, you are in a root chakra that's not in alignment. So you need to clear out that energy center. So you're sharing a root chakra that's not balanced, and you're sharing a solar plexus that's not balanced. You're both mirroring fear centers. Let's see what the feminine's intentions are toward the masculine. Heartbreak. Okay, how can we overcome this heartbreak? You both got the damn 10 of coins over here. My God, I can make this shit up. You both have the 10 of coins here, okay? How are we going to live an everyday life? Wanting to bring something into union, into physical union together. How is it going to look like getting up and getting breakfast and heading out the door to work? I mean, we're in this fantastical spiritual connection, but I mean, can we sleep in the same bed together? Do we know each other well enough in that way? So you're both thinking about the more practical aspects of coming into relationship with each other. Interesting. Making plans for the future. Does the masculine even have plans for me? Does he even think about me? Does he even worry about where this is going or why it is the way it is? What are the masculine's plans? What's the intention of the masculine? It's what the feminine's thinking. Let's see what the feminine is going to do toward the masculine. What is the feminine going to do toward the masculine? Wanting to minimize conflict. So, earlier when I was talking about how if the masculine approaches the feminine and the feminine's going to, and he feels like there may be resistance from the feminine, that he will play it off, right? He's going to play it off. Well, the feminine has the same idea in mind, right? The feminine wants to avoid conflict at all costs, and she does not want for there to be more fighting or more bullshit in between the connection, right? So feminine's going to be worried about avoiding conflict as well. And again, you might find a lot of feminine energies who might be in runner mode, okay, because of whatever reason. So she's got lacing up her shoes and getting ready, because she's saying, this motherfucker does one thing, I'm out the door, okay? And that's kind of the idea of the feminine. The masculine's worried about rejection. So I think when this communication comes to pass, you're both going to be very aware that you want this closure, or you want this communication, or you want this new start with one another. But you're going to be very aware to run around the hot spots, right? Sometimes you can't run around the hot spots. You got to get rid of the hot spots. You got to work through the hot spots in order to make progress. But I think what this is saying to me is you have to respect one another. If you love someone, you respect them, right? You respect their feelings, you respect their wishes, you treat them with dignity and kindness and respect, right? So this is about treating each other with dignity and kindness and respect, which I kind of feel has been lacking in this situation between these two counterparts for quite some time. So remember that. Let's see what the feminine's afraid to tell the masculine. This is going to be kind of a long one, you guys. What is the feminine afraid to tell the masculine? What is the feminine afraid to tell the masculine? Courage. Courage to make decisions. Excuse me. Courage to make decisions. Happiness. Same shit for the masculine. You guys are mirroring each other big time today. So if you're going to make your communication to your counterpart, today's the day, people. Today is the day to make that communication. On my mind. You are always on my mind. Always. You are always on my mind, masculine. But I have to make a decision to be happy. I've got to let go of a version of my masculine that no longer exists because my masculine has grown. My masculine has changed. And my masculine has to let go of a version of me, right, that no longer exists because I've grown feminine. I've changed, right? I've evolved, which is, you know, that's what you're supposed to be doing, right? You are always on my mind. No matter where I am, no matter where I go, no matter who I'm with, no matter where I am, you know, whatever the circumstances, you are always on my mind. But what hurts me is this lack of movement, this lack of forward movement, this lack of decision, letting go of the ego. I want forward movement in this situation. I want enlightenment in this situation. I want communication in this situation. I want forward movement. But I will not tolerate any bullshit. I got my laces up over here. I'm ready to take off. I'm not going to tolerate any deception. You come to me right, correct, true, and humbled, great. Then I'll approach you the same way. So the feminine has in her mind that she's going to match energies. If you're still in this bullshit about, you know, I can't be bothered to be grounded or commit to you or whatever, then, adios, right? Are you juggling someone? Is this the same thing about me being placed in a third-party situation over and over again? If so, no thank you. You know, but I'm going to entertain this idea over here that we can work it out. Maybe we can make it work. You know, but we got to have some rapport building. We have to take the baby steps up to this. So a song that's been running through my mind for the last few days is a Stevie Wonder song called We Can Work It Out. I think it was a Beatles song too, right? Before that or after that, not sure. But if you have a chance, listen to that Stevie Wonder song, We Can Work It Out. It's pretty interesting, pretty good. Life is very short and there's no time for fussing and fighting. We can work it out. Try to see things my way. So it's about coming to a mutual understanding, seeing one another. You already see one another. So why let all this stuff come in between? Right? Why allow this ego to take your victory away with each other. Why allow that? Bottom of the deck, conflict. Conflict over a karmic, okay? Feminines or masculines, whichever one has the karmic at the moment, or you may both have a karmic. There may be conflict with the karmic being in the picture. The feminine may feel as though, okay, here we go again. I'm going to be the side piece again in The Secret, right? The secret lover again. Masculine may feel the same way. So, it's best to wrap things up before you try to start on something else, okay? So there's conflict here between the two about karmic energies. Lovers, break. What happened? Tell me why. Why are we in separation? Why have we separated? Why have I not heard from you for God knows how long, right? Why have I not heard from you? So manifesting what you want, I ams, right? Not what ifs, not whys. Have your conversation, but don't dwell on it. Remember the reason that you're together to begin with. Bring it back, reel it back to the early days of the connection. Reel it back to the feeling that you felt like you were totally plugged into, like pure energy with one another. Remember when. All right, so let's get some love cards on it and see what we got. We got a long one today, but it's a special occasion. So let's get some love cards on it here. Let me clean this mess I've made up here, and we'll move on. If you've ever wished you could go back and do something over again, now's the time. That's what this reading is telling me. Let's rewind. Let's rewind for a little bit. Do you want to elicit the same response by giving the same response, or do you want something a little different to happen here? You both want progress in this situation. So let the progress come in. Let the changes come in. Just because your twin evolves and changes, you have also evolved and changed. Allow the evolution of the situation to come in. That's been a big theme, a big download for me for weeks now. Allow the evolution of the relationship. Quit fighting the change in the relationship. Allow the evolution of it to begin, to be accepted. You're not the same people you started with on a spiritual journey here, right? You're not the same. You're different. You've grown. You've changed. And if you haven't grown and changed, well, there's something wrong, So let's get some love cards on it and see what they have to say. Show me the collective. Show me the divine counterpart collective. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Allow the evolution of the situation to happen. Allow the love. Take those bars off your heart chakras, people. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Okay? Allow the evolution. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Well, it's not necessarily saying, oh, well, yeah, I accept that he's a fart head or whatever. No, that's when you lay down the boundaries. And when you're laying down boundaries, it's not rejection. It's not anger. It's about understanding that you have a standard for yourself and what you accept in your life. And you can lay a boundary down very quietly. It doesn't have to be loud. And when it's time for a boundary to be loud, it's going to be loud. It's about self-respect. Wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course, okay? See what they have to say. Power. You instinctively know what's right for you, and you have the power to say no, or to walk away at any time. No, I don't accept that. I'm sorry, you know what? I love myself more. Do I love you? Of course. but I don't love the behavior that you're bringing to me. I don't love the treatment that you're bringing me. I don't love the way that you behave, how it makes me feel. That's a boundary. I don't have to accept that reality. Excuse me. Transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Love of self. My beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually, we are always united. Spiritually, we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing because I am whole without my counterpart. Nothing is missing because I am doing my work and I am practicing my self-love and I am making myself whole on my own. Nothing is missing. I am, not what if. It's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Yes. Instead of placing your focus on another, as within, so without. Now's the time to give to yourself. Absolutely. And analyze those wounds and think about why those wounds are there to begin with, right? Why do we have those wounds? So let's see maybe what they would like to say to you. I think that there's a lot of communication coming in right now. A lot of communication needs to come in right now. Today's the day, people. Show me what the masculine wants to say to the feminine universe. Show me what I need to see. What does the masculine want to say to the feminine universe? Show me what I need to see. What does the masculine want to say to the feminine? I feel like a hot mess. I need to get my shit together. Yeah? Past relationships haunt me. So many painful memories, karmic lessons. I am so in love with you. I want you now. Why can't you be single? So there's the issue again about the karmic interference. I can have sex, but I can't handle intimacy. I'm not used to affection because I'm shut down. I'm in my ego. I want instant gratification. You know, I want to be glorified. I want to be worshiped. I want to be validated by my 3D experiences. Well, we can't always find validation in 3D experiences. And if you're looking for instant gratification, whoa, you know, you might as well forget about it. Instant gratification, you know, what does that do for you? Where does that bring everybody? Instant gratification. I'm looking for some cards here, excuse me. We can't always have instant gratification. And if you are operating on an instant gratification circuit in a twin flame relationship, it ain't gonna work. So let's see. What does the feminine want to say to the masculine? I lost myself for a little while because I was too wrapped up in you. I mean, I added that last part, but okay. That's why I think feminine is focusing on staying present, staying in the present moment, grounding in the present moment. The timing just wasn't right for us, and that's the case with many, 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 many divine counterpart relationships. The timing just wasn't right for us. Right person, wrong time. But understand that the universe works it out, so any time you're in is the right time. You're where you're supposed to be. I love you unconditionally. That's something feminines are having a real hard time, getting over, dealing with, understanding what that means. I'm starting to understand our connection. You were the best thing in my life. Well, feminines, you are the best thing in your life, okay? I wish I could take back my words. Don't we all? Don't we all wish that we could take back our words? Remember when I was talking earlier about rewinding? Let's take it back. Let's rewind. You want a chance to do something different. Want a chance to redo it. A lot of counterparts are going to be breaking their silences today or over the next few days. Balanced life. Love seeks your well-being. If you're not okay, your twin's not okay, and you're not going to be any good to your twin anyway. Determination. Perspective leads to fortune. Change your perspective. I am, not what if. Okay, let's end this trauma between the both of us. Let's end the trauma. Let's stop firing darts and daggers and arrows at each other because we're mad at each other because we can't be with the other one. Right? Transform memories and symptoms. The memories are great. They're good to look back on, but understand, you know, the person that you have in front of you today is not the person that may have been when your awakening began. Celebrate life. Celebrate your life. Celebrate the way it is in the present. Transformation again. Let love transform you forever. Well, most of us on this journey, I mean, when we got bit, okay, by the twin flame bug, we went through a transformation whether we damn wanted to or not, didn't we, right? And some of us fought it. But we went through a transformation whether or not we wanted it to be so. But allow the evolution to happen. Let's see where you're at in your energy, feminine, and we'll see where the masculine is in their energy. Show me feminine energy for the collective universe. Let's see. Show me feminine collective energy. Whoa, oh, excuse me. Balance came out. Okay, third eye chakra and throat chakra. 5 and 6 is what? 11. Then you got the divine masculine, 11, 11. Okay, so throat chakra, listening as well as speaking. So if you are listening in order to deliver a response, you're not really listening, right? You're not really exercising the idea of listening to what somebody is expressing to you. The frequency of the throat chakra. This blue flower of life approaches our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance, okay? When someone is in harmony with themselves, they don't have to explain themselves. When someone is in harmony with themselves, they don't have to argue. They don't have to win the argument. Listen. Listen to what's being said. Changes in communication happening. Number 5. Third eye chakra. 6. A decision. Listen to your intuition. Okay, your third eye's there as as sort of a map, right? It's trying to give you some directions. It's kind of like Google Maps. It's trying to tell you where to turn and where not to turn. So a lot of you during this period of time with all these eclipses and this transformation since the Aries double moon have been undergoing a lot of ascension symptoms, have been undergoing a lot of third eye openings. Listen to what it's being said. Your third eye's opening for a reason. Listen to it. The frequency of the third eye chakra, the indigo flower of life, supports our intuition and our inner knowing, our imagination, and our psychic powers. If you're getting telepathic communications from your twin, A lot of us walk around and say, oh, bullshit, I just made that up in my head. I'm just fooling myself. Because we're not seeing the 3D results of the situation. But what we're not seeing again is the behind the scenes actions with the other party. So quit doubting the messages that you're getting from spirit. Quit doubting the messages that you're getting from your twin. Divine Masculine 22, breaking down to 11. The frequency of Divine Masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. Support from the masculine. Okay? The triangle, the Trinity. 11. You're supposed to be working together in this life, not apart. Okay? But sometimes our twin flames turn into enemies because we allow the ego and pride to take over. Show me how the masculine, show me the masculine energy. Show me the masculine energy collective. Show me the masculine energy collective. Show me the masculine energy collective. Emergence, coming out of no contact, number 1. A flaming heart here, the red in the middle, coming into balance, having a renewed passion for the feminine. A 7, divinely guided. The frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. So the masculines had an influx of new passion and new forward movement toward the feminine. Cosmic flower 9, closing out cycles. Some masculines could be closing out karmic cycles or other healing cycles in their life. Again, lots of reds, lots of passion, green, growth, unconditional love, heart. The frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, which is our twin. The core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. What's the mission? Get back on mission, get back on track. That's what the masculine's saying. Root chakra. We were just talking about a root chakra that's imbalanced between the two of you. It's about security, safety. I can handle whatever comes my way. I have the skills to be able to tackle any challenge that's coming my way. I don't have to be fearful of tomorrow. I am secure. I am powerful. I am successful. I am capable. The frequency of root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our sense of security on this physical plane. I know that my twin loves me, even though they may be wrapped up in all their stuff, right? Because I'm relying on my intuition. I'm relying on Spirit's messages to me. I'm trusting the messages I'm getting from my twin. Both in our bodies as well as in the physical world. Okay, so this is talking about you know what you know what you know, security. Quit fearing, quit borrowing trouble from tomorrow. Well, what if my twin flame comes back into contact with me and it's the same old bullshit? Well, it is what it is. Does it mean that you allow that to influence your way forward? Does it mean that you allow that to break up the wholeness within yourself? Does it mean that you live in fear of that happening? No, because it's probably already happened, okay? Did you handle it that time? You can handle it this time, right? Boundaries. If they come back with the same old mess, okay, you know what? I wish you the highest good. I wish you what's best in your life. I wish you love. I wish you happiness. I want what's for your highest good, but this isn't for me right now. Right? Simple as that. Simple as that. All right, let's get an advice card here and we'll call it a wrap. Thanks for sticking it out. I appreciate it. Manifesting for yourself today. What do you want moving forward in the next year? What do you want to see happen? You know? What What do you want to see happen in your life? I am patient, knowing that whatever is of the highest good is coming to me. I can't make it up, y'all. Spirit's working today. You see these two people, these twins here? And we were just talking about highest good energy, right? Okay, that's what the focus needs to be on, highest good energy. Birthing something new in this relationship instead of the same old jazz. I am patient, knowing, third eye, root, that whatever is of the highest good is coming to me. So there you have it, folks. Happy Lionsgate portal, and I'll see y'all later.